Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto Shippuden episode 475. What happened last time?
Last time, it's getting wrapped up. Naruto had to say goodbye to his dad, which was really emotional, but very nice. Madara and Hashirama got to say goodbye to each other. Also very nice. Obito, Kakashi, and what's-her-face, Kaguya was sealed away, and Black Zetsu was not left behind, thanks to Naruto being really on the ball about that, sent him up to the moon. Yeah, really nice.
And it was just everyone got a beautiful farewell. Go check out our reaction to that if you haven't seen that already. I actually didn't see the last episode because I skipped a lot of this shit because I was kind of done with it the first time, but it was really good to finally see that. I knew what happened, but I'd never seen it before, so it was a fresh reaction for both of us. And yeah, now we're getting into this. Subscribe, please, if you want to stay tuned with all the stuff that we're going to be getting to after this main arc, after the end of Shippuden, after we're getting into Boruto and we're going to be watching the last. So make sure you stay subscribed to see all of our stuff. We're going to be doing a bunch of discussions, probably about different things. We have some ideas for other types of videos, so please like and subscribe for that. And let's just get into it. Support the official release. Check us out on Patreon to get 5 episodes of Naruto ahead if you want to see the next episodes right now. All right, let's go.
We are leaving the rest up to you now, Kakashi, Sakura, plus Sasuke, and Naruto.
Elder brother, you've now finally settled things with Madara. As Saru just said to them, let's leave the rest of it to the next generation.
Naruto, Uzumaki, Sasuke, Uchiha. You too will probably find a different conclusion than we did. No, make sure that you do so.
Oh, the Zetsu.
I was gonna say, weren't there supposed to be something inside of there?
Now all the rest of us are free too. I'm going back to Suirindo.
I believe I'll just hunker down in a fort.
All of us are finally going to be able to go back to our homes now.
No one better bother them. I would be so upset.
And what will you do? Who, me? I was thinking. I think I'm gonna go back to being partners with B. Even
Yeah.
the annoying rapping that he does has ended up growing on me. What's your plan? What will you do? Well,
A little piece of each of your chakra is already inside of Naruto. In short, Naruto is like a gathering place for you tailed beasts. If you want to discuss something, you can speak to each other through your chakra within Naruto. Kurama, I'd like you to stay inside Naruto as the overseer of the gathering place. You no longer mind, right?
He wanted to anyway.
Yeah, if you insist.
Trying to play it off.
You haven't changed, Kurama.
Finally finished. 4th grade ninja war is over.
Yeah. All that's left is about what I asked you to before. Is there any change to the answers you gave me?
My answer's the same. And I'm sorry, Super Gramps. There's just one thing I feel strongly about. I'm just really happy that my mom was Kushina Uzumaki, you know? Kaguya was different from anyone else I've ever fought against. She didn't even have a heart at all.
I'm not certain what made her transform into a being that was called a demon. I suspect that the process, or something, started after she devoured the chakra fruit. I trust you not to become like her, even if you have all the tailed beast chakra in you. Now then, all that's left is to undo the infinite Tsukuyomi.
How specifically? Are you going to need our powers as well?
Naruto possesses the chakra of every tailed beast, and Sasuke possesses the Rinnegan. If they both weave the sign for rat simultaneously, the jutsu will be undone. What? That's it? It'll really be that easy? I researched thoroughly how to undo Mother's infinite Tsukuyomi. Very well then. Now, Sasuke, the rest is up to you.
I won't do it.
Yeah, alright. I'm executing the current 5 Kage inside the infinite Tsukuyomi. What did you just say, Sasuke? What about the 5 Kage? You tailed beasts. I'm putting all of you under my control, and eventually, I'll get rid of you as well.
What did you just say?
Sasuke, Only I am capable of change. Anyone else who has ever done anything I don't like, kill them.
Jujutsu. I've no choice but to trust you to handle it. I can't stay in this world any longer. I shall soon fade away.
Yeah, and I'll apologize for this too, Six-Pass Super Gramps. But it ain't gonna go like it did with your kids. Because I'm not Ashura. Sasuke isn't Indra either.
Sasuke, is this what your current dream is? You saying that you're still seeking vengeance?
At one time, all that I wanted was to seek vengeance and destruction. But now, things are different. I want to destroy, but then I want to rebuild. A village without darkness. Reform the shinobi world. Do you understand? It's revolution.
Revolution, you say?
What do you want to do? What is it that you seek for the
see
You
this
didn't see
part.
that.
war? I would like to hear your honest thoughts and opinions.
The previous Kage caused these circumstances. If you want to know so badly, I'll tell you. Catastrophic planetary devastation!
Good old sauce packet. Back at it again.
I hate him so much. I'm gonna become a tyrant and force everyone to do whatever I want. And then the world will be better, right? Yeah.
Because of this war, I've become quite familiar with the abilities and use of the Rinnegan. And all those who are in my way are gone. Except for you, Naruto.
Things just don't go as planned.
No way. This fight between brothers is gonna end here and now.
What do you think of that?
I'm not a huge fan of that. I think he's being really fucking stupid right now. It's just,
Finally got their freedom back.
he's had some time to think about it, but clearly is just still an idiot. His plan makes no sense. He wouldn't be able to accomplish anything that he's like working towards doing that. Everyone would hate him. He'd have to rule by force. He might as well keep them in the Tsukuyomi, for that matter.
Naruto, you don't seem to understand at all. As it stands, you are now the Jinchuriki of all the tailed beasts. And what that means is that I plan to eventually get rid of the tailed beast chakra in you too. In short, you're going to die, Naruto. Out of necessity. If what the saying says is true, I can just use the tailed beasts themselves that I captured. I'll let them live until then.
I'm not gonna stand here and let you hurt them. You know that, don't you?
They're good boys.
They're good dogs,
As
Brent.
expected, I'll have to deal with you first, Naruto.
Okay, Sakura, get ready.
Let's move this elsewhere. You understand, of course.
Wait, Sasuke!
Sensei!
The Sharingan's after effect is still...
You remember when he was almost dying every time he used it?
Mm-hmm.
I know in my heart that there's nothing I can do, even though I love you. Even though I care so much about you, Sasuke. I can't get close to you or exchange blows with you. And only whine, beg, and cry. Yet again. So pitiful, isn't it? But please, Sasuke. In a little corner of your heart that still thinks about me. Don't leave again. Please. If we just stick together, I know that it can be like old times again. Someday.
You really are still incredibly annoying.
His shadow.
Sakura!
You didn't need to put Sakura under genjutsu!
If I did,
It wasn't his shadow.
then she would have just chased after us and gotten in the way.
Sakura just wanted to help you all this time.
You're suggesting that I enjoy a romance. Too bad I have no reason to love her or to be loved by her.
The only time that you need a reason like that is when you want to hate someone. Don't you understand? Sakura isn't even
pretty
trying
deep.
to make you hers. She only wants to save you. She almost died by your hand, but even now, she still spills tears for you. She suffers from loving you.
I made a promise to Sakura a long time ago.
Don't you worry one bit. I'm gonna bring Sasuke back.
I promised that on my life, Sakura. Well, Sensei, you already know my ninja way, right? I'm gonna go.
All right. We're counting on you.
Love and affection are difficult things. I too had 2 children at one time. I loved both of them, and they both loved and revered me. But I entrusted everything only to the younger brother. That became the impetus for the older brother to begin hating me and his brother. Love had transformed into hate. What molded the current Sasuke is none other than his loss of love in the past. Madara was the same. The past isn't there to remind the present that the future can't change. The past is supposed to exist for the future.
Why exactly do you see potential within Naruto?
That young Naruto Uzumaki. Somehow that boy was able to save and befriend Kurama. I think I shall let Naruto handle this. I hope that hate can be transformed into love this time. Or rather, I have hope that love can be regained. Unlike my mother,
They ran all the
Naruto,
way
as well
there.
as Sasuke, knows what love truly is.
This place, huh? Should have figured. This place is where we battled against each other. Seems so long ago.
It'll be the same now. You're going to lose here.
But you aren't going to be able to hit me with the same punches last time. There's no way I'm going to let you get away with whatever you want. And trust me, Sasuke.
It's about to be a
gonna
fierce
Hokage
battle.
either. You don't even seem to understand what it means to be Hokage.
Being Hokage means revolution to me. It's totally different than what you believe.
Your big brother once said something to me. Let me tell you. Becoming Hokage isn't all about getting people to acknowledge you. Only those already acknowledged will ever become Hokage.
Well, I learned not from Itachi's words, but by the way that he lived his life. You and I simply arrived at different conclusions. Let me clarify this before we fight. I'll teach you exactly what being Hokage means to me now.
I'm pretty excited for this fight because I know it's gonna be cool and they're just gonna like go all out for it. So I'm really excited about that, but I just want to fucking slap him in the face. He's just it's just annoying, and the level of immaturity and short-sightedness that his plan has. I'm just I am more behind any other villain's plan than yours at this. Yours is just a shitty knockoff version.
You forgot about Kaguya. Second to the bottom.
Yeah. I'm just
A knockoff version of what? I interrupted you.
of
Sorry.
like Madara is like, oh, I will like make it better by doing this. By putting everyone into an eternal genjutsu, and that will make everything. To me, even that is like a more well thought out plan than Sasuke saying, I will kill the current leaders who have, for the first time in shinobi history, they're the people who all joined together and united like the 5 villages. I will take those beloved leaders that led their people to victory and to death in the battle to save the world. I'm just gonna fucking kill them and then be the Hokage. Not even taking into account that I have killed the leader of every other village, including my own, and Naruto, who was the savior of everyone and everyone loved. I will kill everyone that these bastards who all of their friends are dead, and now I killed their leaders, and they'll all listen to me, and now the world will be a better place.
He's basically saying he is like a scuffed version of Pain at this point, where like he is not paying attention at all to the destruction that he is
he's just thinking,
on the world.
Oh, I can get a fresh start by doing this, and it's like, they're not, like, no one's gonna if you do that, like, why would anyone listen to you? You'll end up just having to do, you just fought against Madara for trying to control everyone and put them under an eternal genjutsu where they essentially serve his purpose. You want to do the same shit. You just haven't, like, put enough thought into it to, like, think about how it would actually work.
He wants to rip down the system. Everything having to do with the old regime needs to go, so that burn away the deadwood, burn away all the shit, and because it's not even worth investing in. Just get rid of it, and I will start it down the right path. And all of this shit needs to be, all the ties need to be cut. Everybody just needs to start again from zero. Let's erase the entire slate and just start again.
I guess potentially he can erase people's memory. Can he do that? Or is he not power? Like, Kaguya could do that. No, Kaguya, her, like, ultimate power, apparently, when she got people out of there, she erased their memories. When she undid the thing. But I don't think Sasuke's on that level to be able to do that. So, unless, like, if that was his plan, I could, like, see it. But if he just, like, wakes people, he could just tell them whatever he wanted, honestly, at that point, if no one else was alive to, like, refute his claims. And he just said, oh, they all died in the final fight, and
Naruto
I'm the only one here. And Naruto, he
wouldn't lie. Sasuke, the thing is, if Sasuke succeeded, he wouldn't say some shit like that. He would just say, this is the way it is, and if you are going against me, you're going against peace. So, shut up, sit down, and stop worrying about it, because it's all my thing. But again, it's like, you're right, he's not thinking it through at all. He's not considering after he dies, he's not considering, like, what is...
He's not even if he want his way, there's not even, like, with Pain's plan, it was the memory of what he did was going to be, like, the enforcement of the new plan. With Madara, it was just no one was going to do anything because they were all dreaming. With Sasuke's plan, he's trying to wipe the slate clean, but I don't think he realizes in order to do that, he'd have to basically just kill every single person alive that's not a literal infant. And then he would have to raise all of those infants as his own children in order to, like, you know what I mean? It's just... Yeah,
what's happening is, of course he's not thinking realistically. He says all this shit about, you know, whatever, but it's really, he's just pissed off, and he's the one who can't let go of the past.
Yeah.
He's the one who can't swallow his pride, swallow his pain, and endure it like a shinobi should, and strive for peace above their own personal grudge. That's his problem. That's
the whole thing.
It has nothing to do with whatever bullshit, poorly thought out plan. That's just a justification for his rage.
Yeah. It's what Hashirama was literally just saying right in front of him, that he was telling Madara, and he was just like, my way, I know that I will never in my lifetime, my dream will never be accomplished. But I know the best way for it one day to be accomplished is to go strive towards it and instill that in as many people as I can. And like that is the life's work. The same thing of Jiraiya. Jiraiya he was never the one to bring about peace, and even in the prophecy, and he lived his whole life by like trying to find the person who could carry on that will. So it's just, and that's sort of the difference. Madara comes up with the solution of right now I can do this, and this is the plan. Hashirama's side is like, I know that this may never be possible, but I will try as hard as I can.
Just like what Naruto said.
And yeah, exactly.
Like, it's about...
the whole thing is kind of the same.
If you don't even have hope for the future, then nothing is going to get better. Like, if you're just acting as if the future is hopeless, then you're already denying any possibility of success. You're just operating on whatever the fuck. Like, if you don't even think there's a possibility for it to get better, if it's impossible for things to get better, if you already think that, then anything you do will be counterproductive to it getting better. Whether you think that your thing is like a better solution, it's because you've already accepted the premise that things are shit and hopeless. So there's no like success to be had. So we need to redefine our perception of what success is. Like, what do we think success is? All encompassing peace, or everybody loves. If you don't think that that's possible, you're gonna be like, well, that's really cool and everything, but hopeless. So fuck that. That's just a dream. This other thing that I can actually do, that I personally can actually do, is something real, and that's what I can do. But all of that aside, Sasuke clearly is not even thinking that far ahead. He's thinking only that far ahead. But that's, again, it's like he doesn't care enough about, he doesn't even care about the 3 people who care most about him who are alive. Like Sakura had this whole speech, and to turn away from that means like, what do you think of everyone else? Like, it's like, at what point are you just so detached from any kind of peace, or like you don't even care about the person who's closest to you? How could anyone trust you to handle anything else?
If you don't want peace for the people you're supposed to care about, why, like,
or who care about you? If the closest person to you is so immeasurably far away that that anyone else doesn't even matter. Like, how can you say that you're like, oh, I'm gonna create the good system? It's like, for who? For who? You clearly don't give a shit about anyone else. What's the point?
Yeah.
Why should we trust you?
It's good for you, and then you'll feel like you did something, but everyone else will be miserable because.
But again, he won't. Yeah. He won't even feel like he did something because he doesn't care.
He's never satisfied. It won't do anything.
He doesn't actually care. He's just using that as an excuse to wreak havoc and let his rage go. So we'll see how it all turns out in this next episode of Naruto Shippuden. Any last words?
No.
Hope you leave a like and subscribe. Moving on to the next episode. Check out Patreon to see that episode right now if you're just watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on Patreon, thank you very much for your support. If you're just watching on YouTube, you can wait for it if you hit the subscribe button. But Patreon is down there. See you in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.